The name of this story is Murdered and Not by Train. There was this guy named Mo, and he had a crush on this girl named Candy, and he knew that she was pregnant and was about to have a baby in a few months. But he didn't care. He just liked being around her. He didn't know who the baby father was, and she didn't tell him. And they became friends, just friends and nothing else. He he seemed to be fine with it. And it seemed every time that he would go to the store, he would bring her something back, whether she wanted it or not. So she would take it, not to be rude, and would constantly remind him that they was just friends, and he seemed to still accept this fact. And as the months went by and she wanted to labor, Mo was at work. She came home that Friday morning, and Mo came by at lunchtime to see the baby, which was a girl. He walked in, and Matthew was there also, the baby's father. She looked just like him. Mo looked from the baby to him, and from him to the baby. And then he flipped out. He was very hurt and furious. But we were just friends. That's it. He stormed out the house and beat up three men that were standing in the yard. They hadn't said one fucking word to this guy. He just snapped. He broke one man's jaw, the other's arm, and the third one had a black eye. Then he told Matthew that he would be dead before the weekend was over. And Matthew told him that he wasn't going to fuck with him and left it at that. Candy and Matthew wasn't together, and that was because that she didn't want to be tied down to anyone because he wanted to marry her, and Mo knew that. But Candy refused Matthew over and over again and told him to just live his life. And it so happened Mo's sister went by that weekend where he worked, and they flirted with him and got him to come by after work. His horny ass, not thinking about what Mo had said on Friday about killing his ass, and his high and horny ass got dropped off there. And that was it. He fucked up and got caught slipping. It was on Saturday about midnight when they came through our neighborhood and dumped his body. Candy's father found him on a track that a train had ran on in 10 years, and the police blamed it on the train. But his body was still intact and full of stab marks all over his body, but they still blamed it on the train. And they was told by everyone that heard Mo threaten Matthew's life that weekend, but they still blamed it on the train. And the baby was just 3 days old, and he got to hold her just one time before he passed. Thank you.